Welcome to You Got Moxie, the podcast about the how of change making. I'm your host, Julie Ann Crommett, and we're live at the Georgia State of the Industry Summit right here at Trilith Studios. My next guest is actually the MC from today's event, Jodine Dorcé. She's an incredible force in live events and in marketing, and she's currently the Vice President of Live Events at WaitWhat, an incredible podcasting and live events organization. She's going to talk to us a bit about why community still matters, why she moved back to Georgia, and how live events are really key in a moment where we're seeking not only that community, but we need to co-create together. I hope you enjoy my conversation with Jodine.
This episode of You Got Moxie is powered by Chat with Leaders Media. From life sciences to entertainment, we turn leadership insights into high-impact media. We're proud to be the production partner for today's episode, recorded live from the Georgia State of the Industry at Trilith Studios. Find out how we can help you elevate your brand at chatwithleaders.com.
Jodine, welcome to You Got Moxie.
Yes, thank you for having me. It's such a good day.
Oh my gosh, isn't this fabulous being here at State of the Industry?
When I was asked by Trilith to host, to MC State of the Industry, I was hearing so many bad news about the film industry in Georgia.
Right.
And everyone was just like, why would you host that? It's the film industry is not looking good anymore. Like you keep getting that narrative, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And I get here and I'm listening to Lauren, I'm listening to Christina, I'm listening to John, like people on stage, Brennan, his work.
Amazing.
His presentation. There's so much optimism in this room. There's so much forward thinking. There's so much Georgia is on the right train. We won't be stopped. The film industry is here. It's alive and it's kicking.
Absolutely.
And that's what I love. I'm sorry. I know I kind of hijacked all that.
Oh my gosh, no, but that's the way this has to be, because if anything, things are changing so fast, right?
So quickly.
And, we're talking about this kind of across the board, which is it's a hat on a hat on a hat situation, right? We have a thing on a thing on a thing, right? Every aspect of society in our industry is shaping and shifting.
Everyone.
And nothing is left unturned or unscathed, right, at this point. And so the power of being in community, I feel, is like what you're reflecting on, because the thing is, maker's always going to make. Like, we will keep making. There's nothing about that, right?
Exactly.
And that's the energy I feel you're picking up on here, is that we have to be in community with each other.
Yeah.
And I'm so curious, actually, and for our listeners to learn a little bit more about your journey, like how you got to be here with us at Trilith, but also it brought you back to Georgia, your journey as well. So I'd love you to kind of reflect on those things.
Well, it's interesting. So I'm the VP of live events for a media organization called WaitWhat, where WaitWhat is the company organization behind Masters of Scale, Pioneers of AI, Rapid Response, hosted by Bob Safian. So we have a number of podcasts and video podcasts that we publish, and we all work remote. And I was living in New York. The opportunity came before me because I had my own podcast called Silver Linings, but I'm also one of those that like to create experiences. So I'm into live events. Like, I love talking to folks, but I'm also like, I want to sit back and I want to create an experience for people.
Absolutely.
So I got hired by WaitWhat to do that very thing. We have our own summit called the Masters of Scale Summit that we do in San Francisco.
Amazing. That just happened recently, right before this summit.
Right before this summit. Frank Patterson was actually there. And I love having the opportunity to not only work behind the scenes and make sure all those little details, like how the meat is made, all those little details are happening and being executed.
That's right.
But I also love the opportunity to go in front and talk to our audience, make sure everyone's feeling. It's like the auntie in me. It's like the hostess in me.
Yes.
It's like, you got your collars, honey. Like you're good. You got your water. That's me.
Oh my God.
And
you and I are so much. I'm gonna tell you a side note. My dad is actually here at State of the Industry today.
Wow.
And what's wild is they used to call me the mayor as a kid because I would go table to table at places, restaurants, wherever it was, and I would ask people how their experience was going.
Same.
Yes.
Same.
Yes.
And what's interesting, I'm so glad you brought that up, Julianne, because that's the thing with live events. People think live events, you're event planning or you're event managing or producing or whatever the case may be. No, we're in the hospitality industry.
That's right.
Our job is to make sure that every person, they're connected, they're feeling the experience, they're walking away with something memorable. If we're not having fun doing this and creating this for you, what are we doing it for?
Correct.
Yes. What are we doing it for? I want you to walk away not only feeding your mind, feeding your body, but also feeding your soul.
Like, that's the whole thing,
that's the whole purpose.
And right now, how critical with everything forming and shaping. We're a podcast all about the how of changing, making, right? So instead of how I built this, it's how I changed this.
Yes.
And so when you're thinking even about your own journey, I'm curious, we ask a lot of guests, what was a moment in your journey, and it may tie to the reason you moved back here too, is you realized something's got to change. I've got to change. The path has got to change. And what was that first step you took? Like, what was that realization and what was that first step?
The reason why I got into live events was because I just wanted to make a difference. I wanted my thumb. I felt like I had scale to be able to leave my thumbprint on someone's experience.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, period. And when I started working for WaitWhat, that moment of everyone's listening to a podcast and we're all like, people are listening to Collective Moxie right now. Like, everyone's listening to a podcast and they're in their homes they're in their cars. But how do we bring them together?
Yes.
How do they co-elevate with one another? If I'm listening to your podcast, Jim over there is listening to your podcast. Jim don't know that you exist.
Yeah.
How amazing would it be if Jim and Julianne got together?
That's right.
And started co-elevating with each other. Because you guys already have the foundation. You guys are listening to something that enriches your life.
Yes.
And so it was at that moment, outside of working at Essence Festival, it was at that moment that I realized we can really make something happen in the world, in the sonic world, in the world of audio.
Yes.
Because we weren't really big on video when I first started at WaitWhat.
Yeah.
But in the sonic world, there is a way to bring all of this together. So our community knows that they exist, even if it's virtually.
That's right.
And if you remember, hence me moving back here, COVID hit the live events industry really hard.
Yes. I mean, wallop. Yeah,
we were non-existent. Right. And so we got into the virtual world, and that was great, and that was fun. I mean, I had a great experience. Knock on wood, because it's not the case for everybody.
Yeah.
So let's be real clear.
100.
I am so grateful and so honored that I actually had a good experience during COVID where I was able to reset and think about the impact that I'm leaving in this world. And so building community has always been my thing. I did it in Brooklyn. I did it at Masters of Scale. And I used to build community here in Atlanta. I had a communications company called Jodine's Corner. And I figured, let me get back to Atlanta. Atlanta is booming right now. The film industry is here. The entertainment industry is here. Media companies are here.
That's right.
Media companies are here. So, and then there's entrepreneurs here. There's startups here. There's everything you need. Every community you're asking for is here in Georgia.
That's right.
Do you understand?
100%.
Like, it's farming, like nursing, like what industry are you looking for? It's here in Georgia.
100%.
And this is where I truly believe I could make a difference, is kind of building community and cross-promoting communities so that they could learn of each other. Like, if you love the arts, you should love film. If you love AI and technology, there's something there for you in music. Like, cross-promoting and building these communities together.
Oh, we were so meant to chat and meet as part of State of the Industry, because let me tell you, one of the things that I think always gets my gourd is how much we had separated the arts and sciences out in school, and we don't do things that are integrative, and the way that we actually even think about where our skill sets, the way that we learn, right? But it's all interconnected. And the thing, and if we weren't to pick up something from the moment we're in right now, is that it's all interconnected.
All of it.
And then how important it is then to intersect the communities and interconnect the communities.
You got to bring them together.
That overlap with all those spaces.
You got to build them together. They're intersection, and there's also a sense of building bridges, because although I am, funny story.
Yeah.
Me and Brennan were in the back trying to figure out how to make our LinkedIns connect.
Yes.
Because we couldn't find the QR code,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So I am
it's in
granny.
The search bar, anyway. Yeah.
Right. I am the granny in the room when I don't know technology.
Right.
But how amazing is it to create a community where I build that bridge where our youth is teaching the elders, the more mature audience,
Yeah.
you know?
Yes.
So and how can you do that? You could do that through music easily.
Oh, easily.
Easily, right?
Music is the gateway.
You got to find those intersections. You got to
100%.
find those entry points.
I can't spend a day where I don't talk about Bad Bunny for this exact reason, but talk about an artist. I know. I'm Puerto Rican, so for me, this is like...
Half of my family's Puerto Rican.
Oh my God. We have just discovered this on the podcast, everybody. All right, pa que tú lo sepas.
Yes.
That's how we roll.
Yes.
But what Bad Bunny is doing in music is such a great example of intersecting so many different communities through the sound, actually,
And
back through the audio. Yeah.
Bringing, not to disrupt you, but bringing communities into your community.
100%. The
You know?
invitation and then the connection and then also being like, and don't leave us hanging. Like, let's be a part of it together. Yeah. I mean,
we can solve so many race relation issues.
yes.
We can solve
Yes.
so many discriminations if people were just to lean into different communities.
That's right.
And how
That's
do you
right.
do that? Bad Bunny is a perfect. How many people are trying to learn Spanish right now?
Oh, no. Oh, my God. Well, they were given a task. It's 4 months. We have apparently exactly 4 months to learn Spanish, pa que tú lo sepas. And, oh, my gosh, the number of videos being made, it's true. And that's the thing is, that's the invitation. And the invitation exists for all of us.
And that's the power.
Correct. And that in the collective power is where we'll always find it. Every time.
Don't make me cry.
I know.
Don't make me cry.
But that is also, not for nothing, that's also a very special part. I grew up here in Atlanta. That is a very special part of being from this place.
Yes.
This
Yes.
place has done that
Yes.
more times than one can remember.
Absolutely.
And has driven the rest of the country. And we heard a beautiful piece today from a spoken word artist.
Adon Bean. Adon Bean.
Really
Yes.
a gift to us about the South's got something to say.
Absolutely.
And really ruminating, actually, on that very fact, which is that this place influences it all. Atlanta
Exactly
influences
that.
everything.
Exactly
And
that.
that we have to also be a part and an active part of that ownership and that conversation. And that's the
Absolutely.
opportunity, you know?
And don't get me wrong, New York and LA, if you think about the film industry now, right? You got LA, that's number one because
Yep.
of the amount of square footage
Yep.
of sound stages and and then you got actually number two at Georgia.
Yep, that's right.
You got California and then you got Georgia.
Yeah.
And then you got New York.
Yeah.
So the South definitely has something to say, and we have something to offer as well.
Correct.
And we have industry down here. We have people down here. We have crews down here. We have unions down here. We have policymakers that are more accessible. You
100%.
have the spirit of collaboration down here. Christina Wren said it best.
Yeah.
When she moved from LA and she came here, people were like, oh, you need to meet XYZ. You need to meet this person.
Yeah.
And just connecting.
100%.
I didn't feel that when I visited LA. It's hard to get to when you're in New York.
That's 100%.
But in the South, that's our hospitality.
Yeah, that's just what it is. I had somebody actually pull me aside and say, everybody's talking to me. Everybody's saying hello. I don't even know what to do. I said, well, you're in the South. Exactly.
You're in the South.
And so we're ripe to be the driving force, I
Yeah.
think, in that change, in that community.
Absolutely.
And Jodine, I cannot thank you enough for, Boricua, hermana, for joining us here on You Got Moxie. We hope you come back and join us.
I do too. I'm the energy in the room of State of the Industry. Again, I'll use the two words: forward thinking, optimism.
That's it.
That's it.
Let's leave it on that.
That's it.
I love it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh my God, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks again for joining us for You Got Moxie. Continue to follow us and listen to your favorite episodes at collectivemoxie.com. That's collectivemoxie.com. We're excited to see you next time. Take care.